Hey, it's your boy Monte83 for Successful Convicts, and you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's time for prison stories. Oh yeah. First thing I want you to do though, subscribe to the channel. If you ain't did it already, what you waiting on? Then I want you to like the video and leave me a comment. Leave me a comment telling me if it's bad, it's good, you liked it, you want to see something else. Let me know. Leave me a comment. So, today's story coming at you. Hey, it's your boy Monte83 and I'm back for Successful Convicts. And before I begin, today's prison story is brought to you by Rise and Grind apparel and motivational apparel. It's my boy Trav. Check him out. He got the website. I'll put the link to the description. I'll put the link in the description in this video. Today's prison story. First of all, if you ain't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Do it. Like this video. You can do it now or you can do it later, but leave me a comment. So, today's story is about not necessarily prison, but on my way to prison, the county jail. As I've said in previous videos, up here in Minnesota, they don't have a federal holding facility. So what do? They send you from county jail to county jail to county jail. Now, basically when you go to court, because court dates usually are spaced out about a month apart, they'll bring you in to the main county jail, which is large, and it's close to the courthouses, Minneapolis as well as St. Paul. And they'll take you to court. You come back from court, your next court date will be a month or two ahead. Then a couple days, they'll ship you out to another county. You know what I'm saying? They might have 3 federal inmates here, they might have 5 here, might have 10 here. You know, they call around to the different counties in Minnesota, and that's where they house the federal inmates. So, we in the county jail. Now, in these jails, the ventilation system, it's not like fresh air comes in and that air goes out. You know, it's not a constant flow of fresh air. It's recycled air. Recycled air. So the air that's in there is just flowing around. I don't know if the air goes through a filter. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would assume so. I would like to think so, but I don't know. So, brings us to this episode. We in the county jail. It's about, in our unit or our pod or whatever you want to call it, maybe 10 people. So, this old man in there, old white guy, he's in there. He was cool, old white guy. You know, that's kind of crazy. I know you think when you're in jail, everybody's not with the head low and like, oh, I've been caught. Some people actually in jail think they're better than you. Or they might think that they're better than you because of the crime they charged with compared to the crime you charged with. Whatever. This dude Tex, he was a good dude. He was cool. We called him Tex because he was from Texas. He had the Texas accent and all that, and I could just see this guy with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. That's how Texas he was. Cool dude. But he used to always do this. And I'm coughing because I got a cold, but he used to cough all the time. But he didn't cover his mouth. You know how he'd be talking to, like, whoa, Tex. So, long story short, in the county, they, I'm trying to think, was this in the county? I can't remember how we found out or he told us, but he had TB, tuberculosis. Yeah, this man has TB. He's in a closed quarter environment with recycled air, and he coughs without covering his mouth. That was bad. Do you know how scared people was? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, what are you going to do? You can't get out. You ain't going nowhere. Yet, You know what I'm saying? You can keep reminding this guy, hey man, cover your mouth. But at the same time, whether he covers his mouth or not, he's still coughing. He's tuberculosis positive, and you're in there with him. Man, that just is like a tip of the iceberg on the conditions that you have to endure when you're in jail, when you're in prison. Because it's like, you here. What are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? And for the most part, the other people don't care. You know what I mean? He in there with y'all. He ain't over here with us. You know, people that work there, they not in the unit. They outside the unit. So they not breathing, that circulate air with the tuberculosis in it. So, and we even mentioned that too, like, to the guards, like, hey, this man has tuberculosis. Why is he in here with us? And, and their comments would either be to just ignore what we asked or to say, what are we going to do? Where are we going to put him at? But you would think that they would have, like, separated cells for that. But nope, they don't. We even had, this is another story, but we even had another guy, and he was HIV positive. And I know in the free world it's like, okay, he HIV positive, that's on him. No, this is close quarters. This guy, he would have like his ears would bleed. And we'd be sitting there looking at him, and he'd be like taking tissue and put, I don't understand, like, I don't understand why he was bleeding out of his orifices. But I remember one time he got up from the chair and like, it's like he was bleeding from his ass. Ugh, that was nasty. But I spoke up because, sometimes people will say stuff, but they won't say stuff to that person. But I'm like, hey man, that's your chair. What do you mean? That's your chair. That's the chair you sit in. You don't go sitting around in all these chairs, man. You bleeding out your ass, you sit in that chair. That's your chair. Oh man, he had a little, wanted to have a little attitude, but he saw that I was serious, because one thing I don't take is my health for granted. Like, you're not finna impose on me what you have without my consent. Like, just put it on me. And it's just, long story short, man, you want to control your conditions and your climbing and stuff like that, stay out of jail, stay out of prison. Because these are the type of stories that you don't hear about. Yeah, you can go to prison and you can get shanked, you can get cut, you can get beat up, you can get a lock in the sock, you can get the cans of pop in the pillowcase to the head. You can get all of that. 9 times out of 10, you did something to deserve that, or you got into an incident where it was you and somebody else. But somebody coming in and they're HIV positive and they dropping blood or spraying blood around on places where you got to touch them, even hepatitis. You know what I mean? Dudes being there, hepatitis positive, and I know sometimes when dudes doing deadlifts, they like to scrape the bar like along their shins. You know what I mean? Then bleeding, in there lifting weights, you bleeding, but you still touching the weights. Then I come behind you, I touch the weights. Or you come behind them and you touch the weights, and you just, subconsciously rubbing your eye or wipe your mouth with that hepatitis, tuberculosis, whatever stuff on your hands, and you putting it in your mouth or you putting it in your eye. That's what I'm saying. It's a bad environment. And that's just the other side of it. You think, getting stabbed and all that type of stuff is scary. What about the stuff you can't see? Like, for instance, when I was in prison, staph infections was going around. And the MRSA staph, the staph that was killing people. So everybody not in there, not a clean freak. You know what I mean? And that's one of the best environments for a germ to grow. It's a lot of people, it's moist, and it's not clean. In the gym, in prison. So people was getting stabbed left and right, left and right. I wound up getting stabbed in my eye. How? I don't know. But it's probably from touching on the weights, rubbing my eye. You know what I mean? You working out, you pumping up, sweating, wipe your sweat. Got that on your hands, get on your eye. It's crazy. So, I know it wasn't too grimy, but if you know anything about chemical warfare, you know this is just as bad as a stabbing story. So, again, if you haven't already, you better subscribe to this channel. You better like this video. I ain't even got to tell you what you got to do. Leave me a comment. All right. That's been your prison story for today.